All right, let's head out to Philly, where our lead voice of the NFL on CBS joins us, Tony Romo, aboard. Tony, another exciting one here from the Philadelphia Eagles. You mentioned it at halftime. It seems like with this Philly team, it could be anyone on any given Sunday. Today it was Hurts and Brown. Makes them so dangerous. What was most impressive about this comprehensive effort here on this Sunday?
Well, I think it's really the same each week. Teams are in a bind here. The Eagles have done a wonderful job of creating numbers and leverage. So they went in the offseason and they've created this team that has skill position talent. And I mean that from the perspective of the wide receivers, tight end, tailback, and the secondary as well. So you have Slay and Bradbury that are playing outstanding football. So what they do is they say, if any of these guys are one-on-one, we love it, we're okay. From there, they create numbers and they put leverage. So they say, if teams like to go over here on defense, we shut this down and make you go at one of our best players. On offense, they say, if we're going to run the football right here and you're going to shut this down, you've got to leave these guys outside one-on-one. And when you do, they just throw the ball to them deep. And these guys, you know, they can fly, but they also can catch, and they have a big catch radius. And it's just a really simple game. It reminds me of the Lakers in the 80s, where it's like, okay, throw the ball into Jabbar. If they double team him, we'll just toss it right out to Byron Scott. And the game is really easy. You want to play deep? We're going to run the ball. You're one short. And if you want to go ahead and come down, we're going to throw the ball past you. And they just take what the defense gives them aggressively. And it's a really simple, you know, game plan, but it's really exotic to the opponent.
All right, you think 80s Lakers. I want you to talk to me about the 07 Dallas Cowboys, Tony Romo's led team, out to a 5-0 start. One misstep, then you rattle off 7 more in a row. When a streak like this is built, I only offer that up because does a weight come with that streak? What are the conversations like throughout the week with Philly now a perfect 7-0?
Two things happen. One, your confidence grows. And so you just expect, because there's going to be adversity at some point here. And obviously we were talking about the schedule earlier, and it's favorable for the Eagles. But the NFC East is strong. And they still have 2 games against the Giants, who are starting to show people they're for real, even though it's been like, are they really that good? Well, they're proving it, because your record is what you are. And we know the Cowboys are good, and they're going to be tougher at home. Dak will have played longer, and or he'll be back. But I do feel like this team is going to be favored in every game the rest of the year. Their confidence is going to grow. They expect to come back and win when that adversity hits. But I really think that this team and Buffalo are probably the 2 most complete teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah, surface level, they're checking all the boxes right now. We'll see what they look like moving forward when they do face that adversity. I've got to talk about the flip side of this one, because you're really afforded the patience that the situation gives you. And Kenny Pickett's in a situation where he's not necessarily expected to win right now, but the touchdown to interception ratio is troublesome early on. What are some of the early signs you want to see out of a kid like Pickett? And did you see any of those here on Sunday?
I don't worry about the touchdown to interception ratio as much as others, because, you know, to me, you can always remember Peyton Manning throwing like 100 interceptions his rookie year. And I'm like, I don't think that's really, you know, the precursor to determine somebody's ability long term. What you want to see are the flashes, you know, of greatness, the flashes that show you, ooh, that was different. Oh, he did something that not every quarterback could do. And he shows some flashes like that. And, you know, when you come in, the offense wasn't exactly performing. That's why he's in. And so you know you're already fighting an uphill battle, you know, from a, I don't want to say a system, but from a team that's struggling on offense. You come in, you give it a little bit, you know, of life, but they're also without their, you know, first or second best defensive player, and that's saying a lot because T.J. Watt's first on any team, but Hayward's amazing. But I do believe that he's going to be just fine. He just needs to try and protect the ball to get them wins. But long term, it's not about that. He's already shown me that they had, you know, they chose the correct guy. He's going to be a good player in this league.
No better place to start our post game with the man himself, Tony Romo. Thank you for stopping by. Safe travels, my friend.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
All right, taking a look at some of the numbers coming out of this one. Your fantasy performers, Jalen Hurts, run it up. 36 fantasy points, 4 touchdowns, kept it clean in terms of the giveaways. Najee Harris, where art thou? It's an offensive line that can't block the run, and That's really hampering Harris. Tries to be a part of that receiving attack as well. 6 grabs for 26 yards. Really not much to show on the ground. Got you 11 points when it was all said and done. But if you're playing against A.J. Brown, I raise my hand. T's and P's, it's Brown. Goes for 6 grabs on 11 targets, $156, 3 touchdowns. The lion's share of it coming in the first 30 minutes.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.